Back row.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, give me the words and I got the flow. See, I don't gotta write, I got the Holy Ghost. Yeah, that's called a Ghost Rider. Jeremiah 5:14, that's so fire.
Isaiah 14, and when I retire, out of captivity I broke the iron. Who that is coming out of Mount Zion? Woolly hair, looking like a lion.
1,000 men marching with no drums on, no trombone, just boots on. Use our voices screaming out, take care of your homes, take care of your wives, take care of your own.
Now we standing out here in the valley of the bones. This place called America, this is not your home. This is like a tomb, place where you died at. Now I resurrected, trying to bring the 12 tribes back.
I came on a slave shipping,
And I ain't even like that.
put my neck in the rope, and
I couldn't even fight back.
sold on an auction block. Took a
Welcome back to Four Corners News. That's right, where the truth speaks. I am Captain Zakar to my left,
Captain Severus,
and to his left,
Officer Pagiel,
and to his left,
Officer Azaniah.
and to his left,
Officer Daniel.
and we make up Four Corners News. All right, thanks for staying with us, man. Let's get into it, man. We got some more to get into. These haters out here, they actually don't hate us. They think they hate us, but they actually hate God.
Right.
Let's get that real quick in Thessalonians to show that the stuff that you claim you're griping against us, man, it's actually God you're griping against. You got the answer for that thing too, man. Where's it at? 2 Thessalonians, right? Is that what I wanted?
Yes, sir.
All right.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4.
Yep.
Who opposeth and exalteth himself.
No. I want the one where they talking about us, man. 2 Thessalonians chapter 1, and I want you to read verse where's it at? Read verse 4. Let's see.
2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and verse 4. So that we ourselves glory in you, in the churches of God, for your patience and faith in all your persecutions and tribulations that ye endure.
There we go. So the tribulations and the persecutions that we endure, and it's going to rise. The tribulations and the persecutions are going to rise. But we go through a form of that right now, and the way it's being done is through social media. Pull up the first clown that's trying to bring tribulation and persecutions to us. And try not to laugh, y'all. But if you do, I don't care. Pull up that clown. There we go, right there, man. That's somebody uncle from damn 77.
Like a
And
damn
his
usher.
damn, he ain't changed his damn hairstyle yet. He got a damn S curl crop top.
Oh,
The hell is this?
Go ahead, play it. Let's see what this clown got to say.
Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because it has come to my attention that many of my brothers and sisters who used to be a witness for the Lord Jesus Christ, who have seen the power of the Holy Ghost move among his people, and who have known the miracles done in his name, has left the church and has moved to an organization called the Black Hebrew Israelites.
That's not what we
And
are.
for this reason, I make this video in hopes that I can win my brothers and sisters back to this side of grace. Now, the Black Hebrew Israelites are drawing away Black Christian brothers and sisters by telling them that they're serving a white Jesus and that they are really the true descendants of the tribes of Israel. And these are the two viewpoints I want to address.
Listen to this.
First of all, there's no such thing as a white Jesus. The only reason why the concept of a white Jesus even exists is because of some white Protestants who were extremists, who had an incessant need to feel superior over Black folks, who clearly had a so low self-image of their own selves, went and took a Jewish king, put a white face on him with blue eyes and blonde hair, and then set him up in the church just so that they could appear to be superior over everybody else.
Hey,
But
that was never
real
from-
quick, stop right there, man.
Come
Stop
on.
right there, man. Let's see. This is how you know these Christians, man, they don't know the Bible. It's the dumbest. It don't even make logical biblical sense, man. There is a white Jesus. It ain't real, but there is one, because you can go on Google and type in Jesus and get 2,700,000 in less than a second. A bunch of images of a white Jesus. Why is that? Go to the book of Revelation, and I want you to read verse 11. Is that what I want? Let's see. Verse 13. Verse 13. And I want you to read verse 14 and 15.
Revelation chapter 1 and verse 13. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with...
I said 14, 15.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
Revelation 13, 14.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 14.
I didn't say 1, did I?
No.
That guy's programmed. Okay, that's good. That's good. All praises. All praises. I ain't gonna get mad at him about that.
That's
All praises. He heard 14. He went straight to Revelation 1. All praises. No white Jesus in his head. All right. Read that. Revelation 13, 14.
And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image.
Make a what?
Make an image.
They should make an image to what?
To the beast.
To the beast. That's what the white Jesus that you see on Google, that is the image of the beast. So it is a white Jesus. It is biblical that they would do that because they would deceive them that dwell on the earth. Keep reading.
Which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to
Meaning it came from Rome. Go ahead.
To give life unto the image of the beast.
He gave what to it?
Life unto the image of the beast.
That's why the movies have a white Jesus in it. They gave it life. They gave it the black Messiah's life that he should speak in his pamphlets. And you know what I see a whole lot? And y'all can talk to YouTube, Facebook. I don't know if y'all been seeing it. These Jehovah Witnesses, man, they going hard on the bus stops, just standing there.
Yeah. two by twos. They got their big poster boards.
Yeah,
now.
the big poster boards, the pamphlets, they going hard, just standing there. They don't say nothing to nobody.
Nope.
They make sure they in the shade.
Yeah.
Shame on their ass. You know how this is. Look, listen to me, y'all. This is how y'all know Christianity's the devil and it's the image of the beast. They got old women out there pushing the gospel to everybody. You know how many crazy people and bums go up and down the street? Right. The damn Jehovah Witness man said, we gonna sit in the church and wait for y'all women to bring them. Y'all go out there and hit the streets.
Damn.
Wait a minute.
I have not seen one man.
I ain't seen one. Y'all better come up out that stuff, man. But they gave the life of the black Messiah to the white image of Jesus.
Well, actually, Cap, there was
Caesar bowl.
There was one.
What, man?
Yeah, he was in the car
while
he sent them to the front door.
That's terrible, man.
To speak to the people in the house.
You were spinning on fofos.
Absolutely
slammed the door on you yet?
It looked like a pimp, Cap.
Right.
He was. He rolled the window down.
There you go.
And then they went to the front door.
Yeah.
Another pimp named Slickback.
Yes, sir.
Another one.
That's terrible, man. Hey, go to that next video. We done with that clown, man. You know, he ain't gonna win nobody over looking like you was a damn extra in the 5 Heartbeats.
Hey, and listen,
you're not gonna win nobody over.
Those be the type right there that have they bought the tickets from Mel Gibson already for the next Passion of Christ.
Yeah, for the next one.
They talking all this. There's no image. It's from the Ku Klux Klan. They already been watched the Passion of Christ. What's that other old one, the Kings of Kings? They done saw all that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yep. Go to that other video, man. And you got people out there like that are against us, saying we're cold and we taking people from the gospel of white Jesus and bringing them into the gospel of the truth. But then you got these others that just deny everything about everything. Play that.
Bro, I had a major brain alert. Major.
I mean,
Check this shit out.
high.
Yeah.
Can somebody please explain why there are so many photos of white people coming in on boats? Specifically, coming here to America on boats.
Pacifically is not a word, okay?
Yeah,
I just want y'all to notice that.
Right.
Any Negro that said Pacifically, you got specifically is the word.
Yeah, he does.
Pacifically is not a word.
Ocean?
It might be an ocean, but it's not because it's the Pacific Ocean. It's not specifically an ocean.
Yeah,
And
Telling
Cap,
you, man.
another thing.
These deep woke Negroes is crazy. Man.
Another thing. Never trust a Negro that's wearing crystals on his chest.
Oh yeah,
There you go.
they all
Yeah,
bugged
they
out.
just
Them
gone
Negroes be
off
bugged
top.
out.
I just don't.
Go back to the video.
Oh man.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, there you go.
That was
It get
dumb
better.
as hell.
You talking
Play
about
that.
specifically?
Not
Oh,
that.
oh.
What you about to say?
Hey, you talking about the Pacific Ocean?
Go ahead, play that.
Y'all about to dive in the ocean?
Coming here to America on boats in the 1800s. But I can't find no photos of so-called black people coming here on boats
All right,
to
stop
America.
Stop it.
Come
Here,
on,
I tell you, man, some of these deep woke dummies, man,
They're gonna die.
smoked out. You got the black Hebrew Israelite Jill Cole. Then you got these, cause you know who that's aimed at. He didn't say our name, but that's indirectly aimed at us because nobody else talks about black people on slave
There you
ships.
go.
He's talking about us without saying our name. Can y'all please show the historical well, let me see. Maybe we won't get there first. Play the next one. Let's see what somebody with some sense had to say. Okay, so it is the video. Okay, that's good. So let's see that. Read that for us real quick, officer.
Show me one ship so I can see with my own eyes. One ship, I beg you, please.
Okay, and what did Captain Amazon say to the dummy?
Go look.
Go look. That's all you gotta do is go look. And look, Bishop looked, and which all of us have. Shit, we've all looked. Bishop just sent it to us. Pull up the picture of our ancestors on a slave ship, please.
I tell you, man.
Boom, there you go.
Come on, man.
Wow.
Can you zoom out some? Can they see the top of that? What it says right there? Okay, yeah, there we go. Newly released captives on board HMS London. Read that, the paragraph. Zoom in so they can see the picture, so they can make sure that ain't no Edomites. Those are so-called black people on the right hand side, and guess who's on the left hand side? Arabs. Transporting Negroes in slavery. Read that for him.
This photograph shows a group of African people enslaved as part of the East African trade. This group were freed from slavery by the Royal Navy in 1882.
This is long after it's supposed to end. Go ahead.
HMS London was the Royal Navy's depot ship at Zanzibar in the 1880s.
Zanzibar. Bishop brought that out. That's a place over there in the Middle East or Saudi Arabia over there. Go ahead.
At that time, the Navy was active in trying to stop illegal trade in enslaved Africans in the British colonies and tried to deter other countries from continuing the trade. The newly liberated Africans shown had probably been released from slaving ships operating between Zanzibar, the Arabian Peninsula, and Asia. This trade continued until the late 19th century. Although the British had stopped trading in enslaved people earlier,
Scroll up.
Go ahead.
in the century, they still bought goods produced by them, particularly cotton from the United States until the end of the American Civil War in 1865.
So go to the other image so they can see. So go to the other one. Go to the next image. There you go. It's a zoomed in of them. Read that at the bottom for it.
A group of newly released slaves on HMS London, c. 1880.
Circa 1880.
There you go.
There you go. For those Negroes that don't believe, where the pictures at right there. Negroes, they not going to readily put this information in front of black folks' face.
Yep. And look at the timeline. Didn't he just play a video in the 1800s? Here you go, right there.
There you go. Same time.
Click of a button.
There you go.
Come on, y'all.
Can I ask a logical question?
What's that?
The logical question is, how did they travel back then if they didn't have no planes? All they just had was a boat. They had a boat. How did Christopher Columbus discover so-called America?
Well, according to Negroes that wear crystals on their neck, we did a triple jump from the edge of Ghana and landed on the shore of South Carolina. We did a triple jump.
They walked on the ice age. There was an ice age glacier, and they just slid over there like
play that other video.
Unbelievable, man.
Play that other video. Somebody got some sense out here.
Where are all the slave ships? I mean, they have every other type of ship in a museum, so why don't we have any museums with slave ships in them? With love and light, here's the answer. And we're going to combine some history, some context, and some common sense. So
Please,
here we go.
Please.
The short answer is that slave ships weren't built to last 500 years,
was
nor were
made
they
of wood.
preserved once they were retired. Because by that time, the folks who were importing slaves found something else to import.
Good.
There are people who are using this as evidence that the transatlantic slave trade didn't happen. And that's just not true. The Middle Passage is very well documented. And if we're thinking in history in terms of the U.S., the last known slave ship to import Africans to America for the purpose of chattel slavery docked in 1860, and it was called the Clotilda.
Yep.
Now, we know that emancipation happened within 10 years of the Clotilda docking, but there's something that happened in 1808, about 60 years prior, that a lot of people don't know about. And that's called the Act Prohibiting the Importation of Slaves. Now, that act was passed in 1808. And what happened, essentially, was at the Constitutional Convention, the Founding Fathers argued about slavery the way that they've been arguing about slavery since the American Revolution. And the compromise they came to was that the North was like, okay, South, y'all can keep your slaves that you already have, but you can't import any new ones. But Cheyenne, you just said the Clotilda docked in 1860. Y'all, they were sneaking us in.
Right.
Now we know if there's one thing history's taught us is that white folks don't like the government messing with their money. And there were whole companies who did nothing but import human chattel.
Yeah.
You think they
Wells
just stopped
Fargo.
overnight? No. They continued. They continued to import human chattel and use the guise of those other goods that they were shipping as cover. And it's very well documented. I implore you to go look it up. But essentially what would happen was, if those ships were found off the coast of the USA and they had slaves on them, what they would do was set the ship on fire. And let it burn. Or they chain up all the Africans and literally push them off the side so they drown by the time they got to shore. And they just figured, screw it, we'll just take the loss. And if you look at records from that time, you'll see that a lot of them are incomplete or written in code. And if that sounds absolutely horrific, it's because it was. If you get a chance, I recommend reading this book. It's Barracoon by Zora Neale Hurston. The foreword is by Alex Walker. It's a great book. But it tells of the story of the last black cargo in his own words, in Cujo's own words. But yeah, those ships simply weren't saved because they weren't deemed as important enough to save. And the companies and agencies that use them just use them for other stuff or dock them and let them rot away.
Rice,
if you want more information, the Smithsonian is actually conducting a project. It's called the Slave Wrecks Project, where they go try and look for those boats. But yeah, that's what happened.
That's it. That's it. That's all that happened. Negroes, they just started. They put the damn sugar and the tobacco and the rice back in the ship.
There you go.
And started doing that again.
Yeah. Remember, the first important commodity was, let's get the workers that's going to bring the sugars, all the exports. Because when you go to those ports today, who's working out those ports?
Black folk, Hispanic folk.
Yes. Stop. You still there.
Yeah.
The thing is now is the exports of those merchandise, those merchants, the goods.
Yeah, it just changed. That's it. Go ahead.
Oh, there's for people who don't know, there's a documentary on Netflix called Descendant, where they talk about the last slave ship that they exploded after.
It's a whole damn documentary.
Yeah, a whole documentary about it. About everything she just said. They document everything. It was illegal. Whenever they was about to get caught, they set some dynamites and sank that thing.
So they blew up the ships.
Yep.
So a lot of them at the bottom of the damn ocean, basically.
So Cap, I guess the crystals didn't show him that.
No, not at all. He didn't look into it.
You got hours upon hours and upon hours of proof about our history being put in slavery, but he never questioned Christianity.
I thought the crystals
never questioned African American. Never questioned white Jesus.
No, they don't do that.
They're comfortable with that.
Go to that, what she was talking about, the act prohibiting. I just wanted to show y'all this. You can look it up on your own time during your Black History Month. Let's pull it up. So that's the act of prohibiting importation of slaves. You can go on Wikipedia, 1807. You can read on it. For time's sake, we won't read it, but you can go look this stuff. Act prohibiting importation of slaves, of when it was implemented. And it goes into how they kept on doing it secretly, just like the girl just said. They was doing it secretly. That's got the seal of America on that. So like, this is in our damn Library Hall of Congress. We did this, y'all. We actually did this. All right. Now go to, because she said it was well documented. It's so well documented that the white man and all of his pride made a whole book about everything they did. Go to the book. Show the book. So the book is called Atlas of the Transatlantic Slave Trade. A whole damn thick book of it. You can find this on Amazon, and look what it's got in it. Let's go to it. So there go Esau right there. Let's scroll down on that picture, and let's look how much they documented what this Edomite did during those times. Go ahead.
Sir John Hawkins from 1532 to 1595. Oil on panel by an unknown artist of the English School, 1581. National Maritime Museum, Greenwich, London. Sir John Hawkins sought to break the Iberian monopoly on slave trafficking in 1562.
That's Spain, y'all. Spain was transporting slaves in 1562. That's us. Go ahead.
To 1571 by leading several English slave trading ventures to Sierra Leone and seeking to sell his African captives on the Spanish Caribbean mainland in exchange for precious metals. The Spanish refused to allow Hawkins to trade in their American possessions, but his voyages signaled a growing Northern European interest in American colonization and slaving activities that was to be realized in the 17th century, undertaken with the tacit approval of the English crown, for whom Hawkins served as treasurer of the Royal Navy. Hawkins's voyages highlight the importance of the alliance between private enterprise and the state in promoting the growth of transatlantic slavery.
That's why I wanted to bring it up. It highlights the alliance between private enterprise and the state. So the private businesses and the government had a hand in the transatlantic slave trade, and both of them benefited off of it. And when it was no longer profitable, meaning what? They had enough slaves, they didn't need any more. You know what we should do, Bill? Let's ban it. Let's stop them from coming over. We got enough. If we keep bringing them over, soon enough, they will outnumber us. Come on, y'all got to understand this white man's diabolical. Go to the next image to show how well they documented the transatlantic slave trade. They actually showed the numbers. It says African coastal origins of slaves and home ports of vessels carrying them 1701 to 1808. Scroll down so we can see the actual image. It's so well documented. Keep going up so we can see it right there. It's so well documented. They know exactly how many slaves came from each country from that time frame. They say just 200,000 slaves came over here from 1619 to 1865. No, go back up, scroll up a little bit. Keep going up to the top, all the way to the top. 1701 to 1808, for 107 years. Scroll back down. They know exactly how many slaves they took on the ships.
Yeah, they know.
That's well documented.
The Negro mind is so delusional that they think, till this day, Esau just started documenting things that he bring over here in this country.
Right.
Like they just started putting slips together about import, export, receipts. Come on, man. Stop it. They have those documentations. They just don't show up.
Been having it, man. The mind of every one of them's deep.
Right.
And knowing that this stuff was illegal and they was criminals, they so prideful in doing it, they said, we're going to keep the numbers on the illegal-ish we do.
Damn.
Because remember, they want to be comfortable wherever they go. Any place they conquer, they want to know, okay, we got a few slaves. We got a few thousand slaves there. So let's go have a vacation.
Yeah.
Because they know who's going to be their servants.
Yeah,
exactly right. Cap, just a question you have to ask a Negro that be asking those dumb questions. How did you get the last name that you have now?
There you go. That's it.
Man.
You know, they're going to try to pull on you. I never acknowledged it at all.
Right.
The Malcolm X. They're going to put a Malcolm X. My name is X. All right, big bro. Your name's X for a reason. Where did you get it from? Exactly right. Go to the next image to keep showing how much more they documented the slavery. It's not fake. It's real, y'all. It happened to us. That's how we got here. We are the Israelites. Have y'all noticed that there's never been a detailed documentation of Jewish slaves on boats?
Yeah.
You know, it ain't no damn, it ain't no book about that.
No.
But it's a book about us going into slavery. Leaving major coastal regions of Africa for 1501 to 1867. They kept up with the numbers. And as you see it, as it progresses, it kept going. And as it went on in time, it got more and more and more and more and more people. Even down to 1851 to 1867. If you look at Upper Guyana, 4,800.
There you go.
It was supposed to be abolished in 1808. They were still sneaking slaves in. Then you go to the Bight of Benin. That's right there on the west coast. 34,000, 1851. After this stuff is supposed to be abolished. West Central Africa. Y'all see that column right there?
Right.
Look at those numbers from West Central Africa. That's your Sierra Leone. That's your your modern day Liberia areas. They was taking hundreds of thousands of us from there, and they documented it all. And read the bottom of that source where it come from, so niggas don't think we printed that out.
Voyage's website.
That did say source before that.
Source.
Thank you. Gosh.
Voyage's website. Embarkation regions.
Okay, that says slavevoyages.org. Okay. All right, thank you, Wolverhampton. We appreciate you, man. Senegambia,
Sierra Leone, and the Windward Coast.
All of that, man. They can't. Now, read the bottom of it.
The column and row totals in this table differ slightly from the data on the Voyage's website because of the rounding rules used throughout this volume and explained in About This Atlas.
They kept detailed numbers of the slaves, man. So you Negroes can't say that this was made up. Go to the other, because she mentioned about the Smithsonian doing a detailed investigation on the wrecks of the ships and the particles. Read that. Play that video. I've never seen a slave ship, and they're showing images of slave ships in America. They've got them in Savannah, Georgia. They're in South Carolina.
It's empowering because I'm realizing I'm doing this work for generations past and for generations in the future.
Dr. Justin Donovan is an archaeologist and part of the Smithsonian's Slave Wrecks Project, tasked with identifying and studying the wreckages of slave ships around the world. Some of the artifacts end up at the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture.
Not only have history that hasn't been uncovered, but we have maritime history. We've got underwater history that hasn't been uncovered.
Donovan has done work in Africatown, Alabama, a city formed by African Americans after the emancipation of slaves. Many of those in the town crossed the Atlantic on a ship named the Clotilda, the last known slave ship to reach the United States. Historians say the ship docked in Mobile Bay but was destroyed to hide evidence of the illegal voyage. It would be nearly 160 years before the Alabama Historical Commission would confirm the ship had been located.
For me, I just enjoy this idea that we're actually exploring something new each time we come across these wrecks, and then the possibilities beyond that.
But the project's big find came in 2015 with the help of institutions like the Ezekiel Museum of South Africa. Researchers located the Charles Jose.
All right, stop it. So this is the Smithsonian. It's one of the most famous museums in the world for its archaeology. They have been doing detailed deep dives and finding wreckage from the ships. So you Negroes that say that ain't no slave ships and we all came over, or we was already over here, stop smoking that stuff. Now, I'll tell you this. You got to stay away from the ones that say we all Indians too, because they ass is bugged out. Play that video of the brother, because this ain't who we are. Play that.
You the motherfucking Indian if you got carbon in your skin. They lied when they told you in history all the Indians gone. Where they go? Where they go? Where they go? They said there was 8 billion Indians.
Stop.
Where they go?
It's always the niggas with the crystals.
8 billion Indians. It ain't even that many people on the earth. It just reached that many people on the earth. It wasn't 8 billion Gadites here in America.
Man. Hey, Cap, I'm just saying, I can't listen to a Negro that I got five on it.
In the background.
In the background.
You got 5 on what? These crystals, my nigga.
Crystals.
Automatically, you telling me you high.
Go back to the video real quick, because it get a little worse. Go back to it.
Crystals on his neck.
You really believe they killed 8 billion of us? They just got here. They just got here. They just got here. Fuck what they telling you. You see, these motherfuckers went back and wrote themselves in our history they got spells of us trying to make us think that they been here and shit, because we have forgot, nigga. 500 of their man-made years, nigga. 1492 is when they landed. They didn't take over to 1776. They got you thinking they been here for forever. They just got here, nigga. You are the Indians. They called you that right in history. Indians, nigga. The Indians that they show you are $5 Indians, nigga. What they call $5 Indians. These are human beings posing as motherfucking Indians, nigga. Getting all the land reservations, all the free land, all the money, nigga. We are the Indians. You looking at them. You looking at them every day, nigga. They didn't kill us. They just renamed us. They enslaved us and renamed us. They didn't bring us across from no motherfucking Africa neither.
Pause. There you go. You see, that's what I said. Them brothers that are, you know what that is an example of our brothers that have came across the information that the Israelites bring out, and they refuse to believe it because it comes from the Bible. So then they go off into their own lane of researching stuff on YouTube, never actually reading a book or anything about it, and they come up with that stuff, and then they make a doctrine out of it. If you one of those brothers, come up out that stuff. If you know somebody like that, stay away from their ass. When they get to talking about that, because they all way left field on that stuff. They mixing Israelite truth with made up Egyptology, woke prison doctrine. There you go, bro.
And crystals, Cap. Don't forget about the crystals.
And the crystals.
I don't like the crystals.
And the crystals. You know, you got crystals, you into that whole like chakra stuff.
Yeah, they mixing it with the weed too, man.
It's too much.
Sprinkling it on that, man. That's a
Women do that.
You know what they said? They said our father was never in bondage.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
right
exactly
there.
what
That's
they said.
That's
They're
John.
the same ones that say Egypt is in Grand Canyon.
Oh gosh,
I'm telling you, man.
Hey,
that's prison doctrine,
Cap,
man.
is it the same ones that
crazy.
says what you call it? Israel is in Haiti? Is it the same ones?
No, this
No,
one different.
no.
This one they say
That's
you
a
go-
whole different.
you go through the Grand
Yeah,
Canyon,
Israel
they'll
is
take you straight to
Jerusalem.
Egypt.
I mean,
Haiti is Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Haiti is Jerusalem. It's a strictly Levite doctrine.
Yeah.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you. And